I kind of move with me. Like I move, as I grow, my music grows with me.
Right, yeah.
And if you listen to my records from day one, it starts super dark.
Yeah.
And you can feel what the environment I was in. And then the second album, which was Convicted, okay, you can feel that he's a little different. You know, he's a little bit more comfortable. He's got more things surrounding him, and it's like you could tell so it went from having nothing to having something, and then it was like you can just see it. Right. And that second album, I think, kind of gave you more direction that I was getting more social, because I had women in my life. I'm singing about it. I'm looking at it, talking about it, and then the third album, you can tell I'm reflecting a little bit more into the success I'm at and realizing that the responsibility actually exists.
Right.
Right?
That's interesting. Do you feel like you have responsibility?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Because I speak to a lot of people and it's kind of, well, this is my life, innit? I talk about what I want to talk about. Yeah. Whoever likes it, likes it. I ain't got no responsibility. If the young kids copy me, who am I? That's not my business. Kind of speak to their parents.
That shows to their character too. That just shows how selfish they are. Well, and that also shows that they don't recognize the blessing when God gives it to them. Because I don't believe that God gives anybody a specific position that kind of highlights you from everybody else if you were just a normal person.
Right, okay.
He wouldn't give you that opportunity. He wouldn't give you the wealth. He wouldn't give you the success. More so, when I say success, I'm talking about popularity and celebrity. Right. Success, obviously, everybody has their own purpose or what their definition is to it, but I always looked at it like the moment God shines his light on you, everyone notices that you're there. Right. Okay. That means your responsibility, you may not know that you have one yet, but it's there. That's why you're in that position. Now it's up to you to discover what that responsibility is. But I don't believe that that we're just put in this position for the sake of just putting in that position, or you was put in that position because you think you just worked hard to be there. No, you was provided a gift by the Most High for a specific purpose, and now you have to figure out what that is.
And what do you think yours is?
Mine is to develop Africa. Right. It's our mentality first. We got to believe that we are actually as royal as they create the concept to look. But if we don't come together to do it, I mean, we're going to be arguing forever.
Yeah.
And complaining about some shit that we
actually
can create.
So do you think it will ever happen?
Listen, one of my biggest, my goal is to get everybody to move back to Africa. That's my goal.
Okay.
I want to get as many African Americans back home to Africa as I possibly can. Because I know the day they move back, everything they fighting for in America, they will not have to fight for over there. All the struggle that they struggled over there, they're going to come there with this mindset, with this mentality, with the finances that they built, the equity in life, and bring it back and invest that in Africa. Man, Africa could be the strongest nation in the world if y'all went back home. Because we got everything that it takes to be that. We got the resources, we got the land, we got the population, and together we got the strength and we got the know-how. Why we ain't doing that? Just think, right? And I don't mean to drag it.
No, I love this.
We control entertainment. Mm-hmm. Imagine if all the black entertainers decided to go back to Africa and just entertain in Africa, start our own businesses, labels, distribution companies, marketing companies, all that in Africa. We control sports.
Yeah.
Imagine if all the black players went back to Africa to play sports in Africa. Not only would we be the star player, but we would own the team. Just imagine.
They wouldn't do that. They won't even boycott.
But that's my point. Just imagine if we all went and created our own official team. Just imagine. Do you think these sponsors will be putting all this money into NBA and NFL and all that if niggas wasn't playing in it?
No.
But guess where the viewers will be watching though? They'll be watching the channel in Africa, watching them niggas. Just imagine if LeBron started his own team in Africa, picked his own players. He would own not only the team, but can you imagine with his eye and his vision on what a player looks like? And there's players in Africa that's taller than Usain Bolt. Manute Bol. Manute was 7'2". I saw guys at 7'9".
Just walking around.
Walking around. And we talking about speed, stamina. Man, but they know this. They know how to utilize us because they just dangle the carrot. They know we ain't going to ever come together. They know this already. So they always play us against each other. There's always this divide and conquer that always works and never fails.
It's a mentality that,
Our mentality is what we need to fix first. Once we fix that, we'll be fine. So the question is, will you think we can ever do it? Our generation is too late. But our kids, we can start teaching them slowly but surely on how to adjust their mentality moving into the future. And then they're gonna make the uprising themselves. That revolt gonna happen with the kids. The mentality is already going there because they already too disruptive to follow the rules. But the moment they realize that the rules that they're actually, revolting against, they can be free if they just go back home and create their own rules, create their own systems, create their own avenues. Like, Africa's the only place black people can go and be free. It's the only place. It's like it's no other place. And the world is moving in that direction. So
Yeah.
Africa's being developed in a way that no other country in the world is being developed.
Yeah.
But hurry up and get there, because while y'all sitting around waiting, you got the Chinese over there building, getting money.
Right.
You got the Germans over there building, getting money, the Italians. I mean, everybody getting money but African Americans. In Africa, there's two roles. The woman understands theirs and the guys understands theirs. The men are the dominant. We always have been. That's just what it is, right? But at the end of the day, the woman hold the power because the woman can create the opportunity for any man. Like they say, there's no powerful man without a woman behind it.
Right.
We don't make all the decisions. We ain't the ones influencing all of this. It's really the women that's doing all that for
Right.
us.
Letting us
We
think
just
we
have the
are.
power to construct it and execute. But they got the brains. And if we go to Africa, we talking about women. Now it's paradise. Because you're not just dealing with beauty. You're also dealing with a different mentality. Like, women treat you like a
king
man,
you are.
like a king. They're not competing with you. They're not fighting for equality, because they understand that men and women could never be equal. They understand their roles. You
To
know?
that you say?
Not a goddamn thing.
You sucker. Yo, I'm going to go put some money in that jar. Go ahead. How you say?
I have some money going to the side for my Africa fund when I could get my shit over there.
I'm going to go bless
And when
the
I
jar
get over
early.
there-
I'm going to call you a bunch today.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, I'm going to put
He
him
went in the
over
jar
there
early.
early, yo. This guy.
No, I mean, that's a matter. It's a matter of understanding.
How are those
the
roles defined there?
The roles are very defined. It's very clean. Like here, even if you say the word role to a woman here, they get offended. That's true. Just use the role. Yo, play your role, let me play mine. Role? What the fuck you mean, play my role? Like, everybody has a role. There's infrastructure to life. And if a woman doesn't understand her position and the role that she play in life, everybody's confused. How can a man and a woman play the same exact role? Where's the balance? Right? So in Africa, it's very clear. The woman plays the role of a woman. Okay? God installed love, emotions, and compassion in a woman, because as a motherly figure, those things have to be instilled.
Nurturing.
Right. This is why women catch so much feeling so quick. This is why they can endure so much pain and still be there. That loyalty, all that comes with them naturally. They think that
They
we
gonna
treat
kill
them
him.
like shit. No,
I'm looking at the camera. I was about to say,
They gonna kick
everybody,
his ass.
this is Mr. Akon.
Right.
And say it, and Antoine agrees.
No, but guys, at the end of the day,
I
right?
agree.
At the end of the day, it's true.
So I'm going to give you a little pushback.
Now the man's
I'm gonna give
role-
him some
I'm going
too.
to give you a pushback.
All right, so as a woman, her role is to support the man.
I agree.
The man, we are the kings and the divine of this universe. A woman can never compare to the man. They have to understand that here in America. The woman don't create life. They support the creation of life.
Damn, somebody just broke that down to me.
The man is who
Yeah.
create life.
Every time I say it, they laugh at me.
Man, we're gods. We the ones that create life.
No, to women, I'm saying this conversation.
Right.
I just said it to you
So,
the other day. Y'all
and
laughed
let
at
me give you an example of the science of it. A man right now can create life without a woman, but a woman can't create life without a man. If I wanted to create life right now without a woman, I would just shoot my sperm, put it in the incubator, and just give it 9 months, even maybe less with today's science, and a baby will be born. A woman can't do that. So men, we are the creators of life in actuality. That's when I started to think and kind of really pull my life together and understand the purpose of my role, right? So you like, okay, I did all this dirt, I got locked up for it, came out with no question of where I'm going, how I'm gonna get there, what is the next step. Okay, I want to be famous, I gotten famous, I wanted to be rich, I gotten rich, so what's next, right? So all these things now you start to realize the more you start to travel, you start to experience certain things that didn't feel good to you before start feeling great to you now, and the things that felt great to you, then now it don't feel great to you no more. Like I had all these cars, all these houses, all this jewelry, And then I go in these areas where it's people that can barely afford to buy a piece of bread. And I'm walking around with $500,000 of just metal all over me. You know what I mean? So it felt so bad. I couldn't even feel right no more. You know, so then I started saying, okay, cool, let me figure this out. Let me kind of scale down, understand life more, and figure out what my purpose is. Because if I keep getting exposed to this, there's a reason why I'm being exposed to this. So I said, let me just do something about it. And that's when it became a role of mine to just find a way to just rebuild the infrastructure in Africa, starting with Akon City.